Welcome to the Nimble Networker Posture Sequence. My friend Palak here has agreed to be my model for today, and he has seen this sequence only one time, so if he can do it, you can do it too. These postures have several benefits associated with them, but here at the Nimble Networker, we are trying to focus on reshaping your posture so that you look like a confident and happy social networker. Let's begin. So I'm just going to ask you to stand sideways towards the camera, and what we will do is stand upright in Tadasana, mountain pose first. Stand with your feet parallel to each other, chin parallel to the floor. And first shift your focus to your feet. You want to make sure that you're not leaning forward, backward, left or right. So we're trying to find our balance, standing right in the center. Lifting up the kneecaps, really keeping the thighs firm and slightly rotating the thigh muscles from the outside in. Then shift your attention to your lower abdomen and try to lift your lower abdomen up towards the ceiling. Lift your rib cage up as well and point your fingers down, shoulders back, shoulder blades towards each other. So he's standing absolutely straight right now with the legs firm, creating space for the lower back by keeping the lower abdomen uplifted, shoulders back, chin parallel with the floor. It's that simple. Let's move on to our next pose. So he's going to sit down sideways in between his heels, which is one option. If you want to sit like Palak, you'll keep the toes touching each other, just turn your feet outwards. Keep space between your heels and just make a seat for yourself in between your heels. If you're not comfortable with that, just sit cross-legged like me. It really doesn't matter because we want to work on our upper back and shoulders. Then turn your hands into Namaskar, the palms facing each other just in front of your chest. And slowly start raising your hands up in front of your face, towards the crown of the head, and all the way up. So now I'm going to stand up and just give him a little tug and pull. You want to try to bring the arms back towards your ears, push your elbows in towards your ears, and create as much length as you can at your rib cage. Then to come down, slowly bring the hands back towards the crown of your head, in front of your face, all the way down, and release your hands. So there you have it, a great pose for reshaping your shoulders, your upper back, and really improve your posture. So let's move on to our next pose. The next pose is a strengthening posture called the plank pose. This might be familiar to many of you if you are involved in other physical activities or go to the gym regularly. We're going to start off in a table pose. So I'm going to ask you to just stand on your knees and your hands. Basically keeping your hands right underneath your shoulders and keeping your knees right under your hips. I'm just going to check your pose. That's pretty fine. If you're arching from the lumbar spine like Palak, make sure you correct it so the spine is nice and straight and tighten your lower abdomen. Then you're just going to step your feet back so that you form a nice straight line from your shoulders all the way to your heels. Alright, keep your abdomen firm, keep pushing your palms into the floor. If it happens so that your hips are coming up too high, then you want to correct yourself, and the same thing, don't sink down too low. So try to be in a straight line, keeping the spine long. Alright, this is your final pose. You can relax now, Palak, bend your knees and sit back in between your heels or however you feel comfortable. This is a great strengthening pose for your core muscles and for your shoulders, both important for social networking. Ready for our next pose? It's called the Cobra. So I'm going to ask you just to lie down flat on your abdomen. I'm going to teach this pose in 2 steps. An easy Cobra pose to strengthen the upper back, and then I'm going to take you to a deeper stretch to build flexibility for your spine. So to start off with, just keep your chin on the floor, hands close to your rib cage, somewhere around here. Toes together, heels apart, and legs really firm. Make your thigh muscles firm and keep the lower abdomen in. You don't want to push your abdomen towards the floor. From this pose, just raise yourself up as much as you can with the strength of your upper back muscles. See, you can lift the hands off the floor. You can keep them down on the floor, but just don't push against the floor. You're doing all the work with your back muscles. This is part 1. You can stay here for a few breaths. Now you want to come higher up to build more flexibility. So start rolling your shoulders back and up. Start pushing the hands actively into the floor and come up to whichever level you feel comfortable with. So you can see his hands are slightly ahead of the shoulder. This is fine. It protects your wrists and your shoulders. You don't want the hands to be too far back. Stay in this pose for a few breaths, all the time keeping the lower abdomen firm. And then you can just slowly release, relax, come down in a controlled way. Keep the hands by the side of the body and just relax. So that's the Cobra pose for you. Great for building both strength and flexibility of your spine. The next pose will take you to a slightly deeper back bend, which will also help you correct any kind of hunchback problems. We are really going to work on opening the shoulders. This pose is called the bow pose, and you can start just like this, lying on your abdomen. For this pose, keep your chin on the floor again, and now you can keep some distance between your legs to keep it simple. Then I'm just going to ask Palak to bend the knees, bring the knees closer to his buttocks, and catch hold of your ankles with your hands. Now you want to use your leg muscles to pull your upper body up. So elbows straight, just let your arms be completely straight. Lift the legs back and up and allow the chest to lift up from the floor. Now it depends on your flexibility, how high up you can come. Some people can come really high up and some people, the legs will stay close to the floor. Just do as per your own capacity. To relax, just release the legs down. Slowly release your hands, straighten out your legs, turn your face to one side and relax. So that's the bow pose. It's excellent for opening your shoulders. It will really pull your shoulders back, bring the shoulder blades in towards each other. Last one is a relaxing counter pose. It's called the child's pose. In yoga, we always recommend doing counter poses. So he just did 2 intense back bends. Now we want him to relax a bit. So just push yourself up from the floor and sit in between your heels again. Just like we did in mountain pose. From this pose, slowly just bend forward, and if you can place the head all the way down on the floor. From here, you might want to take your hands next to your hips or your ankles and completely relax the whole spine. You want to think that you're moving your buttocks down towards your heels, moving the front body down towards the floor. So you're actually splitting your spine in 2, moving in 2 opposite directions. This is a really good relaxing pose for your spine. Alright, you can come up, Palak. So if you want, you can push the hands against the floor or just raise yourself up with the strength of your back muscles. Let's go back to our standing pose, just like we did in the beginning. So again, we're going to stand with our feet just parallel to each other. Do the exact same exercise we did in the start of the class. So standing on all four corners of your feet, your toes, your heels, not leaning in any direction. Keep the hands down, activate your legs. Legs are really firm. Shoulders, shoulder blades moving back. Point your fingers down towards the floor and try to push the shoulder blades in to your spine. Legs are firm and active, not loose. And the chin is just parallel with the floor. You might feel different now compared to how you felt in the beginning. That's a good thing. Your body is warm, your spine and chest is opened up, and I think Palak is ready for some social networking. Thanks for being my model today. So these are our 6 poses. These postures you can repeat a few times a week, maybe 3-4 times a week, and try to do each pose a couple of times to really get the benefits out of this exercise. I hope you enjoy the practice. Thank you so much. Thank you, Palak. So let's sum up our 6 postures in the Nimble Networker Posture Sequence. The first pose is your standing straight pose. The second pose is the seated mountain pose. Your third pose is a strengthening plank pose. Your fourth pose is a cobra pose in 2 stages, A and B. Your fifth pose is a bow pose, which pulls the shoulders back. And your sixth pose is the relaxing, rejuvenating child's pose. You can repeat these postures 3 to 4 times a week. When you're doing your sequence, you might want to do each pose 2 times, right, one after the other, so that you get maximum benefits out of the sequence. If you're wondering how long you should maintain each pose, that depends on your own personal capacity. I would recommend that beginners always start with 3 to 5 breaths in each pose. This will also help you remember to breathe. And then you can slowly build up your capacity to 30 seconds, even a minute, completely up to you. If you had any difficulties with the postures in this sequence, feel free to contact me. My email will be visible on your screen, and I can help you with some support or how beginners can do the postures in a more easy way. I hope you enjoy the practice. Thank you for watching.